At 6 in LaSalle County, law enforcement officers crack down on human smugglers almost every day. But last week, 2 Encinal Police officers encountered something else on the highway that would have an impact on their lives. Eyewitness News reporter Vanessa Croy has this KENS 5 exclusive.
Some might call it a chance encounter. It was after midnight last Friday when Encinal police officers were driving back from the LaSalle County Jail when they saw the eyes of a scared little dog stranded on the side of the highway. The 2 officers coaxed the injured dog to their patrol car.
He's gonna get him, he got him.
Almost as if that little pup knew he was finally safe.
So sweet.
It was shortly after the officers realized saving that dog
Harris County
might not
Oh, you're a long way.
be a chance encounter after all.
So it was a tragic accident. What happened?
A few days earlier, Encinal Police were called in to help with a 1-vehicle rollover crash off I-35.
So the vehicle did roll over a few times on the interstate.
7 family members and their pets were driving back to Houston.
There were children, involved in the accident, and lives were lost.
7-year-old Julian Matthew Vela and 10-year-old Heriberto Jaime Jr. died in the accident. Other family members seriously hurt. And adding to the family's grief, Julian's dog disappeared after the accident.
Harris County?
That is until
Oh, you're a long way.
2 police officers miles away from their jurisdiction saw those pleading eyes on the side of the highway.
God works in mysterious ways.
It turns out that the dog, which his name is Firu, by the way, F-I-R-U, belonged to a 7-year-old boy that was involved in the accident.
With a broken leg and a will to survive,
Bro, he's full of thorns, bro.
the Chihuahua had traveled 6 miles from the scene of the accident.
I believe he was waiting for someone to pick him up.
And while the family was still recovering in the hospital, the entire police department
He became part of our family and the city of Encinal.
cared for the little dog as if it was their own.
Come here, Fido.
And on Wednesday,
Come here, buddy.
that little dog was finally
Come on down, bro.
reunited with his family.
Hi, Fido.
Our job, it extends to more than just catching the bad guy. So if we can lend a helping hand even to different species, a dog, for instance, we're gonna answer the call.
And perhaps it was just a call of duty,
And it just shows you that there's a heart behind the badge.
Hey, puppy.
or maybe a chance encounter.
And it makes you wonder, the officers getting placed at the right spot at the right time.
But to these officers, they believe it was something else.
Me and my partner Angel, we were there that night because the child wanted us to find that dog. And he wanted his parents to know that he's safe.
Thank you.
Vanessa Croy, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.